Hello and welcome back, all my Dragon Ball Theorists. One of the reasons we get drawn into anime, comics, or movies is the great story about a hero that emerges against all odds to secure a victory. Someone that has impeccable morals that they live by, and protect the ones that can't protect themselves against the tyranny of villains. One of the reasons we get drawn closer to these characters is when their struggle is real and they are faced with a seemingly impossible situation that must be overcome to protect the ones they love. At first glance, we think of our favorite characters as fearless in the face of danger, and they represent the hope of a people. That is a true statement overall, but the reason why we love them is they aren't perfect and have real emotions that they have to work through, just like each and every one of us. So today, I wanted to take a look at the top times that our unshakable heroes let their emotions get the best of them, where they felt real fear and lost the will to even fight. Of course, this was a temporary state, and once they gathered themselves and realized what they were fighting for again, they fought with tremendous resolve to be worthy of the title hero. First up is a Torment of Power, where the battle against Jiren was really starting to heat up. Jiren finally decided that it was time to demonstrate more of his seemingly limitless power. So after powering up, Goku was hanging in there in this intense battle, but then Jiren let Goku know the extreme gap in their power. With one single punch, he showed Goku and everyone at the tournament that it is hopeless. This was basically a warning shot by Jiren that struck actual fear in Goku's heart, causing him to drop out of his Super Saiyan Blue transformation. A moment of silence fell over everyone except Universe 11, who was enjoying their prize fighter. A terrified Krillin wants to know, what was that attack? Then we find out it's nothing to be shocked about for Jiren, it is just a simple punch, which completely stuns everyone who is watching. Then Jiren cast out a barrage of these punches, dismantling Goku, who lost his resolve for a moment. This even causes the Zenos to have their jaws drop with anticipation of what is next. Goku admits that he has never been hit by such a strong attack before. You really are amazing. When all hope seems to be lost, Goku says, "But I am not about to back down now." Then Vegeta, who was previously knocked out for a moment by Jiren, gathers himself as well. Kakarot is right. We are well aware that you are strong. Even so, it doesn't matter. I still have to beat you. Jiren tried to break their will to fight with his overwhelming power, and for a moment, it worked. Except he didn't expect the pride and sheer will of Goku and Vegeta to emerge triumphant. Even in a no-win situation, they made a conscious decision to stand up and fight for everyone else. Goku digs deep to summon every ounce of power that he has with his Kaioken. Even Beerus realizes this is do or die, and he is using all of his strength. Then we see Vegeta respond as well for the first time, ascending past his Super Saiyan Blue power and break through his shell to achieve powers far beyond. Using his promise to Kappa to bring back everyone with the Super Dragon Balls allowed Vegeta to have the strength to push past his normal limits. Goku and Vegeta are the perfect duo and always will fight even when it looks impossible to win, and that is just what they did to keep their universe from being erased. This was the most recent time in the show where this dynamic duo had to see past their emotions of fear, but it wasn't the first. Now we take a step back to DBZ when we had Super Buu, who appeared to be unstoppable, and Goku and Vegeta were trying to cut him down to size from the inside. After discovering the pods that their friends and sons were being held in, they began to free them from their prison, and it started having an effect on Super Buu as he began powering down from each of the powers he had absorbed. The Kais start to rejoice on their homeworld as it looks like a victory that Super Buu, who was a calculating, powerful evil villain from everyone he has absorbed, is reverting back to a less fearsome adversary. This victory was short-lived as Vegeta saved Goku by threatening to remove Fat Buu as well. We didn't realize that this would cause his power to then grow as he returned to his most primitive state, a form of not just pure evil, but a form motivated by only complete chaos. It was in this form that the Kais feared him the most because of his insatiable hunger for destruction. Soon after our heroes were placing everyone they had rescued down, they realized that this new Buu couldn't be reasoned with, as his first act was to destroy everything they know.
Vegeta! We can't stop that!
Goku and Vegeta are completely in fear, realizing there is nothing they can do. They don't possess the power to protect their friends or planet from this monster. They are forced to retreat and save who they can, and fortunately Kibito Kai comes just in time to save them and teleport them back to the homeworld of the Kais. However, they had to face one last image before going, which was who they cared about most would die. It was in this moment that Goku lost the will to go on because he didn't protect what he loved most, and Vegeta scolded him for who he chose to save, and it was in this moment that Goku had real doubt about getting through this. As we know, he did get through it though. He is a hero and a fighter worth praise because he never gives up. This was the first time in the show that Vegeta actually gave credit to Goku as he was fighting on the Kai homeworld against Kid Buu. Then Vegeta, who was terrified of Kid Buu as he cheered Kakarot on, realized we needed more to win. It was then that Vegeta sacrificed himself to fight a losing battle to buy Goku time to create the Spirit Bomb. Then after Hercule convinced the Hope of the planet Earth to give Goku energy to defeat this monster and a well-planned wish by Vegeta to restore Goku's power, the victory was theirs as they eliminated the greatest threat of the DBZ series. It was in this moment that we realized that nothing is impossible as long as Goku and Vegeta work together, and together they can overcome their fears to defeat any enemy. Now I wanted to talk about Goku and Vegeta separately and go back to a time before Goku was able to discover his true powers as a Saiyan and had to fight insurmountable odds against the Emperor of Evil, Lord Frieza. In the days of DBZ, nothing struck fear into someone's heart more than Frieza, who possessed power that was well beyond what anyone could imagine. He was also completely ruthless and ruled over the universe with an iron fist, making sure to stomp out any annoyance before it became a real threat. After Frieza told Goku that he was hiding his real power and increased it to 50% of his maximum, Goku didn't believe him, but then he realized, Goku, he isn't bluffing. Then Frieza decided to demonstrate the sheer difference in power by casually flinging a laser blast at Goku's feet, nearly sawing the planet Namek in half. It was in this moment that Goku, who normally always defeats the enemy standing in his way, comes to a realization that for once he doesn't have the power needed to compete, that the outcome of this final battle is inevitable.
Damn it. He's got me in a pinch. I can't win.
The words "I can't win" isn't something normally a fierce competitor like Goku would say. It's okay for even the strongest characters to have these moments though, because for Goku to say he can't win doesn't diminish him as a hero, it actually reassures it. A true hero continues to fight even if they can't win because they know they must. Several times in this battle, Goku reached deep down to find an inner strength to continue to fight because the hope of everyone rests firmly on his shoulders. Then finally, when it looked like everyone he cared about the most was going to perish at the hands of Frieza, Goku finally ascended to a form that was of legend. Goku became the first Super Saiyan we have ever seen. Goku achieved power significantly higher than imaginable to defeat Frieza, and I think it's important to note that even though this power was triggered by fear and loss, it didn't change Goku's pure heart. He even gave the worst enemy he could have imagined energy and a way out of this battle to live on. Goku always is kind and considerate of all life, even if they have had a ruthless past. He tries to give them a chance to change. Except Frieza's rage and evil couldn't accept the defeat, and Goku eventually had to eliminate him. Now for the final time of someone overcoming their fear, I felt like it would be an injustice if I didn't talk about Vegeta standing up for what he loves the most in this world. When Dragon Ball Super began, we learned there is a lot more out there for mortals to be afraid of, like Lord Beerus, who is a god of destruction, a being that has existed for millions of years and sole purpose in the universe is to destroy life. Beerus isn't evil, but must keep balance by destroying life as a countermeasure to the Kais who create it. Beerus' ill temper has cost the lives of many civilizations over time. Without any effort at all, he can destroy a planet. Vegeta got to witness Beerus rule early on as a child when he made his father, King Vegeta, grovel at his feet. Then when Beerus arrived on Earth, he was paralyzed in fear just being in his presence. Unfortunately, Beerus has a love for food and decided to destroy Earth, and everyone stood no chance against him. Vegeta, with one last effort, tried to fight, but it was with a single glare from Beerus he couldn't even move. Beerus defeated Vegeta with one finger, and the proud warrior that he is said maybe it wouldn't be so bad, meeting his fate at the hand of a god of destruction. Of course, Bulma wouldn't have it and confronted Beerus only to receive perhaps the most famous slap in all of Dragon Ball. As Vegeta witnessed the one he cares about the most in his life cast aside like trash by Beerus, this sent Vegeta into a fit of rage never seen before. God of Destruction or not, it doesn't matter, as no one hits his Bulma. Vegeta ascended in power past even Goku to lay everything on the line against a god that previously paralyzed Vegeta by fear just being in his presence. There are two things with Vegeta you don't mess with. Don't mess with Vegeta's pride, and don't mess with Vegeta's bride. There have been many times in the long history of Dragon Ball that our heroes were faced with adversity and impossible odds that caused them to lose hope for a moment, where fear gripped their existence and caused them to lose the will to fight. However, they always accept this fear and fight on for something that is more important than themselves, to protect the innocent that can't stand up and fight. This is why Goku and Vegeta are true heroes. These were a few of my favorite moments of Goku and Vegeta overcoming their fear, but tell me if there are any other moments in Dragon Ball that stand out for you. I know in the world today there's a lot of fear and uncertainty out there, but I just wanted to let you know, you always have a choice to rise above it. I wish everyone the best, and as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it and smash that like button. Also, please subscribe to support the channel and turn on that notification bell to keep those theories coming.